Greg Ehrenberg here from OddsShopper. It's time for Saturday's baseball. So we've got afternoon games. We've got night games as per usual. I'm going to try to focus on the later games so you guys have more time to get these bets in. Like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and leave a comment below. I want to know what you guys are betting on. We haven't had as many comments lately. They've really helped me out a lot, and I appreciate them. So leave a comment. Let me know whatever your favorite bets are of the day. And then afterwards, I'm going to go back. I'm going to scroll through some of them. Going to try to shout some of you guys out and give away some free subscriptions, but I can only do that if you leave a comment below with your favorite bet of the day. But without further ado, these are my favorite bets for Saturday's baseball games. To start us out on Saturday, I'm going to my hottest dong pick of the day, and that is Jeff McNeil plus 1,600 to homer. Now, obviously, this isn't something that I consider a safe bet. I don't think this is anything like a lock. It's a 16-1 bet, but I think the odds are so long that it's a positive ROI bet. If you look at the data we have over at OddsShopper, we have McNeil homering 8% of the time. So once again, not all that likely, but certainly better odds than what a 16-1 bet indicates. We have this with a 34% expected ROI. The matchup for Jeff McNeil today against Trevor Rogers, last year, this would have been a really difficult matchup, but I don't know what happened to Trevor Rogers in the offseason. This is not the same pitcher this year as it was last year. Something else that people might point to, it's a left-on-left matchup for Jeff McNeil, which, while that is true, Rogers has been worse against left-handed bats than right-handed bats this year. He's allowing a 392 WOBA to lefties as opposed to 349 to righties. To be clear, both of those are terrible, but he's been especially terrible against left-handed bats, especially for a left-handed pitcher. And then overall, the numbers for Rogers this year, 5.83 ERA, 5.07 expected ERA. He has a 12.7% home run to fly ball rate. His ground ball rate is down to 38%. So fly balls are up, home run to fly balls are up, runs are up. Everything looks negative for Trevor Rogers. McNeil individually is not a home run hitter, but there's no way he should be 16-1 in this matchup. So this is a long odds bet that I really do think makes sense. If you guys want some free money to spend this weekend, I have an offer for you to take advantage of. If you sign up at BetMGM for the first time, they're going to give you $200 for free. This is all you have to do to collect that money. You sign up at BetMGM using the promo code OSMLB, or you sign up using the link in the description box below. Then you head on over to BetMGM, you bet $10 on any MLB money line, and they're going to give you $200. That is all that you need to do to get $200 in your pocket. Don't pass up this opportunity for free money. It's the easiest way to make money in this industry. For my next bet, I'm going to once again be talking about Trevor Rogers. I just talked about liking to pick on him when it comes to some power hitters for the Mets, Jeff McNeil in particular, just because of that 16-1 prop. But I have another bet here when it comes to Trevor Rogers, and that is under 5.5 strikeouts. This seems like a very, very high number for Rogers considering his struggles this year. We only have him projected for 4.4 strikeouts today. And I just talked about all those struggles of Rogers this year. 5.83 ERA, 5.07 expected ERA. It should come as no surprise that his swinging strike rate is way down, as is his strikeout rate this year. So last year, Trevor Rogers, he finished second in the NL Rookie of the Year voting. He was awesome. He looked like one of the top up-and-coming pitchers in baseball, and he just hasn't been that guy this year. His strikeout rate has gone from 28.5% last year to 19.7% this year. His walk rate has gone from 8.4% to 11.2%. I don't know what's wrong with this guy, but it's not the same pitcher as last year. I can't even point to anything individually that would indicate he should be struggling this much, but we're almost halfway through the season. The numbers are what they are. The 5.5 strikeout number, like I said, that's well above where we have him projected. We have this with an over 70% win rate over on OddsShopper. So I'm going to be taking the under here on the strikeouts for Trevor Rogers. For the third consecutive time this season, I'm going to pick on Lance Lynn a little bit. You guys know if you watch my videos the last couple of weeks how low I am on Lance Lynn this year. He was awesome last season. He was in the mix for the AL Cy Young Award, but then he had off-season knee surgery. He's older now. He's 36 years old. His rehab starts went terrible in AAA. He gave up 10 runs in 10 innings, and that made me really skeptical of what to expect from him when he came back from injury this year. And to this point, the results haven't been great at the major league level. 5.79 ERA, 5.37 expected ERA. The biggest concern for me when it comes to the long-term outlook of Lance Lynn, it's the velocity. 94 miles per hour last year. His average fastball velocity this year is down to 92.5. So an older pitcher coming off an injury who's also seeing less results with a 1.5 mile dip in his fastball velocity. This is all stuff that's concerning to me. So I'm going to keep looking at unders on Lance Lynn or looking to stack against him, look at offenses against him. For today, Lance Lynn is an over-under of 5.5 strikeouts, and the under is a plus 120 bet. He has a positive matchup against the Baltimore Orioles, but even with that said, the Orioles offense has been much better in June than it was earlier in the season. And also, from what we've seen out of Lance Lynn, I just can't think that he's more likely to get 6 strikeouts than he is to go under 5.5. So we're getting plus money on the under. I think that makes sense. If you guys also want to take a shot on something like the Baltimore Orioles money line or the Baltimore Orioles team run total, I think those make sense as well. I'm going to be looking to fade Lance Lynn until he looks healthier or that velocity comes up. If that's not the case, I'm going to be fading him basically every start going forward. Josh Winckowski is going to be making his 4th career Major League start today. And despite some okay results to this point, I am not buying into this guy. So another under strikeout prop for me, under 3.5 Ks for Winckowski. If you look at his numbers so far this year, 3.68 ERA, 4.36 expected ERA, all of that looks well and good, but the strikeout rate is only 14%. And he doesn't project to be much better than that going forward either. Zips hasn't projected with a 15.4% strikeout rate for the entire season. And if you just look at the strikeout totals for him this year, they aren't very high. And he's had nothing but really favorable matchups. Last time out for Winckowski, he struck out 2 hitters against the Detroit Tigers. The time before that, he made a home start against the Oakland A's, one of the, if not the worst offenses in all baseball. And he struck out 3 hitters against them. So we've seen some success from Winckowski just in terms of preventing runs being scored. But he's not doing it via strikeouts. He's doing it by limiting walks. He's doing it by making players just hit into soft contact and ground balls. But as long as the strikeouts aren't there, I'm going to be taking the under. So 3.5 strikeouts, that number looks pretty high to me. We haven't projected for 2.5 strikeouts over on OddsShopper. This is another bet that we're winning over 70% of the time. So give me another under strikeouts prop, under 3.5 Ks for Josh Winckowski. So to recap my bets for the day, another slate where I'm pretty heavy on strikeout props and almost entirely unders on those as well. I've got Lance Lynn, Josh Winckowski, Trevor Rogers, all the unders on their K props, and then one long odds home run prop, plus 1,600 for Jeff McNeil to go yard against Trevor Rogers. I think these bets all provide good value, but I want to know what you guys think is good value on the board. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you're betting today, and it could be anything on the board. Money line, run line, player props, whatever it might be. I really want to hear from you guys. Number one, I like conversing with you, but also it really does help me out in the YouTube algorithm, helps me get some more engagements on the video. So it is really appreciated. Also, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I hope you guys have a great weekend.